All right, welcome to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and today is Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. Of course, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling. You can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and I'm telling you want to go because you're going to learn about real estate investing, you're going to learn about stock options trading, you're going to learn about all the things that we talk about on this show. So make sure you go to investorschooling.com and RSVP for this Thursday's class. Today, we're going to be discussing how the Dow is up and the S&P and NASDAQ hit records. We're going to talk about Coinbase hackers. Ooh, this is interesting. We're going to talk about the fact that crypto is easy. Or is it? We're going to talk about the infrastructure deal possibly put on hold. Let's talk a little bit about gold and silver and what they really are and how good of plays they really are. And hey, I told you to stick in there in Alibaba, and it turned out to be the play, and we'll talk about that in a little while as well. All right, so the Dow obviously finished up, but the S&P hit another record of 4490, and the NASDAQ had surpassed 15,000. I knew that was going to happen. I spoke about it, and I said it was coming, and there it is. It happened. Now, here's something interesting. This is all happening ahead of the Fed news, the Fed summit. So the Fed summit's going to be this week. Coming up in the next weeks or two. And what's going to happen is they're going to vote on whether they should ease off on the printing free money, if you want to call it that. So now, if the stock market keeps going up, you know what's going to happen, right? The Fed's going to say, hey, the economy's good, the stock market's good, let's ease off. So you guys stop buying stocks right now, let the stock market go down a little bit, and then let that happen. Let them vote on it then and go, oh man, we better make sure we save the economy. All right, I'm teasing, but that's pretty much what happened. Okay, so let's talk about Coinbase and Coinbase hackers. Now, I'm a big fan of Coinbase and the product. I think it's a great product. In fact, I have the Coinbase app, and I have some crypto that I hold in Coinbase. And we're going to talk about crypto in a little while. But I have some crypto. I have some Ethereum. I have some what's it called? The other one, some Doggy Coin. And, I don't have a whole lot of money in it. I'm just having a little bit of fun with it. But here's something that I did not know. So there's been some interviews and complaints revealed a pattern of Coinbase activity account takeovers. Basically, the users are seeing their money suddenly vanish from their account. Whoa. So Tanya Vidovic had a moment of panic when she received a series of alerts about someone changing access to a cryptocurrency account. And she realized as she stared at her computer screen that nearly all of her $168,000 in holdings was gone, and it basically vanished before her eyes. She saw it there and then it was gone. I looked into Coinbase, and it seemed like it was one that everyone was used and trusted, Tanya said. The growing investment was a welcome boon for Safety Harbor, Safety Harbor. In Florida, this couple and their 3 children, but in late April, Tanya, a firefighter, opened her computer for a barrage of security alerts and a password change notification. I signed into the crypto, and all I said was, oh my gosh, it's gone. Davidovic said they tried to contact Coinbase, but they couldn't get anybody on the phone. Now, here's the other problem with Coinbase. Interviews with Coinbase customers around the country and a review of thousands of complaints reveal a pattern of account takeovers. So this is something happening a lot, where users see money suddenly vanish from their account, followed by poor customer service from Coinbase that made those users feel angry. And basically, they basically said, hey, there's nothing we can do. Like Davidovic's Ben, a Virginia resident who asked that his name be withheld, said he saw thousands of dollars removed from his account right in front of his eyes. He logged onto his Coinbase app in March, verifying his identity with 2-factor authentication, but after a 4-minute stress, almost 35,000 in various coins disappeared from his account, he said. In response to his frantic email, Coinbase told Ben his computer had been hacked and there wasn't anything the company could do about it. I'm really baffled, he said. It just seems to me that Coinbase did absolutely zero research and just said, hey, yeah, sorry. Now, what does this mean to the stock? Now, I was watching the stock today, and I wanted to see whether Coinbase was going to go up, was going to go down, and Coinbase kind of settled pretty much even. It didn't really go up or down. I'm curious to see what it finished the end of the day real quick, just to see. But I don't think there was much of a change. Hold on, Coinbase finished. Yeah, so Coinbase finished basically, here we go. Basically, well, actually it finished up higher than I thought. It finished up $3, a little over $3. But I was waiting to see Coinbase drop from this article. Not because I think that this is a problem for Coinbase. I think that this is an article that was written intentionally to push the stock down. So basically, one of the things that we teach in investor schooling is we teach the fact that articles are extremely manipulative. So they can manipulate the stock by putting out an article like this. Now, they're not doing it with the intention to manipulate the stock. Sure, yeah, right, sure. They're putting it out because it's a great article, right? Somebody will read it, and they put it on the first page of CNBC. So when you go to CNBC, you see them blaring headlines that Coinbase has bad customer service because of hacks. Now, this happened months ago. It's basically a revision of an old article, and this information came from that article. So my opinion is they're looking to push Coinbase back down. I'd like to see Coinbase at 240, and I'd jump all over it. I think it'll be a great play. I also think Coinbase is going to hit the 300s soon. So it's really a matter of, do I get in now or do I get in a little bit early? But either way, this stock's going to fly because basically everyone, like these guys said, even in the article, these guys said, listen, Coinbase is the place to be, so why wouldn't I be there? Coinbase is definitely the place to be, right? All right, so let's talk a little bit about crypto while we're on the topic. So we basically saw today, not today, but we saw this week, we saw Bitcoin pop over 50,000 again, and we also saw Ethereum back in the 3,000s. We even saw Dogecoin at 32 cents, blah, 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 blah. So here's what's going on with cryptocurrency. More people are jumping into cryptocurrency because of how easy it is and how easy it is to trade the digital assets. Basically, you open up a Coinbase account, as long as you don't get hacked. You open up a Coinbase account and just start buying stuff. You don't even know what you're buying. You don't know how it works. It doesn't really matter. You just know that all your friends told you it's going up, so it's going to go up. Frankly, I kind of did the same thing. You know, I don't have the full information on how crypto works. It's something I'm currently studying. I'm getting more and more into it. I actually I find it fascinating, to be honest with you. I find the whole concept fascinating. But the fact that you could just buy something at like Dogecoin at 27 cents and it goes up to 35 cents, that's amazing. You could buy Ethereum. Ethereum was down to 1,600 a couple of months ago, and now it's back up to 3,300. You would have doubled your money in 3 months. That's pretty good. I look at stocks and I understand stocks. I understand how the companies work. I don't quite understand how the crypto works, but because it's so easy, everyone is jumping on it. So what does that mean? That means it's a fad. It means that right now you could buy some crypto and the odds are it's going to go up. It doesn't matter which cryptocurrency you buy, well, to a point, but it doesn't matter which ones you buy. So I might suggest that you even get into it. Hey, we're going to take a break right now and we'll come back in a few minutes.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from 2 Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and today we have been discussing the fact that the Dow is up. It actually finished up almost 31 points. The S&P and NASDAQ hit records again. We talked about the fact that Coinbase was hacked and the fact that cryptocurrency is easy to buy. So a lot of people are buying it. All right, let's get into the next topic, which is the infrastructure deal. Now, I've been talking a lot about the infrastructure deal. It's funny how, I guess, I didn't even want to make this show talk about politics, but there's kind of no choice. We've got stuff in politics that we have to talk about because politics have to do with the stock market. Now, something like the infrastructure deal has a lot to do with the stock market. So today, the House delayed a planned vote to advance 2 key proposals that make up Biden's economic agenda. The chamber will reconvene Tuesday as lawmakers try to strike a deal to move forward with the measures. 9 lawmakers opposed Pelosi's plan to vote Monday on a measure that would advance the infrastructure bill. The budget plan and separate voting rights legislation is also included in that. She aimed to approve the budget resolution as soon as Tuesday and hold a final vote in the infrastructure bill only after Democrats wrote their final spending plan and the Senate approved it. So here's what's going on. There are 9 Democrats, not Republicans, 9 Democrats who are holding out on this. Now, this is kind of weird. I actually am very surprised, especially when, we have the almighty Pelosi and the almighty, socialist agenda. I'm very surprised to see that this is happening. Pelosi and her top deputies begged for hours Monday night with some of the holdouts and got nowhere. Now here, check this out. The Republicans opposed the trillions in spendings and the tax hikes on corporations and also the wealthy that was contained in the plan. Although they don't need Republican support, Democrats have a very tiny margin for error. They will need to win all 50 members of the Senate and all but 3 Democrats in the House. Look for a swing in infrastructure stocks like materials, construction equipment, and non-precious metals. So this is where the play is. This is where the stock market play is for you guys. Start to look at all of the infrastructure stocks, such as Caterpillar, heavy material, heavy machinery, right? You're also going to look at also materials such as lumber, such as steel, such as aluminum. So Alcoa is probably on its way up as well. These are the things. Now, here's the funny thing. I just saw a headline just as I looked down. House Democrats clear path toward passing $3.5 trillion budget bill and infrastructure plan. So this is already, since I wrote this, I got to be honest with you, I wrote this an hour ago, right? And already I see a headline. I don't have time to click on the article, and maybe I'll even look at it in the next commercial. But they've already moving forward. So basically, maybe those 9 Democrats aren't holding out on it. Now, look. If you think that money is, you think that we're going to be spending too much money because we're spending money on this bill, $3.5 trillion, and it's going to affect our taxes, yeah, of course it is. But learn how to play it, right? So if I have to pay an extra, 3-4% in taxes, as long as I'm making an extra 30% in the stock market, I don't really care. And you should have the same attitude. So if you understand how to use this to your advantage, you'll use it to your advantage. All right, let's talk a little bit about gold and silver. I talk a lot about precious metals, and I talk about gold and silver and how to, and why you should keep it. Gold actually consolidated above 1,800 on Tuesday as some investors bet the recent surge in COVID-19 cases could steer the U.S. Federal Reserve away from tapering its economic support at its upcoming summit, which we just talked about. Now, think about this, right? So they're basically saying, hey, listen, we don't think that the Fed's going to taper right now. They're not going to drop down. I said that at the beginning. I said the fact that the stock market is up, and because the stock market's up, it may cause them to definitely taper. But at the same time, they're saying, hey, the Delta variant might actually slow down the economy, and we can't let that happen. All right. I got to go all over the place here. So first of all, the Delta variant is a fast-moving variant. Whether you're a believer that the whole world's going to die, or whether you believe, hey, it's just a common cold, it doesn't really matter. As long as they're marking it, it's going to affect certain stocks and certain things in the economy. But here's the cool part, right? If it's fast-moving, that means it's going to fastly move out of the way, and that's why I actually think that if they vote quickly and they use the Delta variant as an excuse to not taper, then the economy is going to go out of control and inflation is going to go nuts like it did before because we're not going to have a taper. So that's fine. It is what it is. But here's the thing. Gold and silver are going to actually go up, and ETFs like JNUG or SLV will slowly rise. Now, for some of you who don't understand why people invest in gold and silver, first of all, gold and silver have great crisis protection. So people call gold the crisis commodity for a good reason. It's a safe haven asset that investors rush in times of economic uncertainty, political turbulence, or military conflict. So this is basically a fundamental trait of gold. So hedges against inflation is another one. Many investors buy gold to protect their portfolio from inflation and deteriorating value of the U.S. dollar. When our Federal Reserve and central banks print money, they debase our paper currencies and gold becomes more valuable. So basically what they're saying is, hey, listen, we can, if you hold on to gold and silver long enough and the dollar goes down, gold and silver is going to go up. whatever. I don't even know if I can actually agree with that. It doesn't really matter. If gold and silver are going to go up because the dollar is going to go down, that basically means that gold and silver stayed the same. So I don't know if I even agree with that statement. But the fact is, again, you have gold and silver going up. Protection from government debts and deficits. Now, all right. I'm going to tell you that this is where I like this, okay? So anything that happens in the government, and you can also hide gold and silver from the government. If we talk about the zombie apocalypse, which I like to talk about, now remember that when I say the zombie apocalypse, I don't actually believe we're all going to turn into zombies, although some of us already have. What I'm saying in this case is if something so horrible happens like COVID, the original thought of what COVID was really going to be, now you have assets that you can carry with you. They're heavy, but you can carry with you, you can take with you. And if the banks go down, if the networks go down, if the internet goes down, you still have them as assets. This is why I've been telling people to hold on to gold and silver and even cash. Hold on to some cash. I mean, I'm not saying, you have to have 100,000 in cash, but if you have 10,000 in cash put aside, that's a smart move. If you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 in silver or more put aside, same thing. It's a smart move. Somebody else even said one day, they said to me, how about bullets as a currency? And I gave it some thought, and I actually agree. I think bullets would be also a great currency if the zombie apocalypse comes. Hey, listen, right now we're going to go to a commercial. We're going to tell you how you can win Phil's BMW Z4. This is a great car. Go win it. Check it out.
Hey, if you were listening to Investor Schooling Live today, I'm Phil Falcone, and I made the decision today on air that I'm going to be giving away this car. You want to take a look at it? Let's do it. How would you like to pop your top without ever getting out of the car? Huh? It's pretty cool. You can do it at a red light. You can do it when you see it rainy. You can actually even do it when you're driving, as long as you don't go maybe faster than 10 miles an hour. So I am giving away this car. Why? Is it because I'm crazy? Is it because I'm rich? Is it because of both? Take your pick. I don't care. Let me tell you about the car. We're going to have a contest. We're looking for real estate investors to go to our website and give us a real estate tip. And you can have people that vote on the site about which real estate tip is the most quality, most valuable to them. So let's just say that our contest is going to be looking for quality real estate tips and for votes. So you need to get your friends, your family, people who care about you, and real estate investors who are willing to go on the site and vote for it. And I will give you this car.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. We've been talking about several things. We talked a little bit about the infrastructure bill, and I wanted to tell you that, yes, the Democrats have actually passed it in the House. So that means that there will be some spending. Now, there's going to be a lot of infrastructure stocks for you to follow. I'll tell you right now, these might be some plays. You might find any of the heavy machinery plays. You might find the material plays. You might find the transportation plays. Everything out there might actually be a play. I'd even go along with the fact that Tesla might even be a good play, and anybody making electric vehicles might be a good play too. And by the way, speaking of good plays, I've been saying all week I thought BABA was going to be a good play. Now, at the same time, it scared the pants out of me, because it went down a lot. But hey, Alibaba bounced back about 12 points today, and that was a great, it was great for me, put it that way. So, basically what happened, major Chinese stocks and ETFs that trade in the U.S. plummeted in July when China's effort to rein the internet and other companies went into high gear. The market then tried to recover, but stocks and ETFs went back to the late 52-week lows. Now, the interesting part about that is they have already come back, so they're on their way back. Now, basically what's happening is China is passed a major protection law on Friday. Now, this is what happens whenever you have one of these laws change or somebody suing a company or anything. Basically, what happens is the stock that has been beat up by it now recovers. It almost always happens. And the recovery is because, hey, look, it's no longer in the news. Now let's see what basically happened. So BABA was up about 13 points today, and Tencent was up over 35 points. That was another great play, also another Chinese stock play. Now, I'm really looking for Alibaba to go into the 200s. I actually believe it will, and I believe it'll hit back to 250 at one point. But the point is, will I still own this stock option by the time that happens? I don't know. My options end in November, so we'll see basically what happens on that. All right, I'm going to tell you that I'm still looking at some of my picks, which is Apple. I like Robinhood. I like Coinbase. I like Alibaba, as you know. I also looked at last night, I looked at Uber and Lyft. I'm a big fan of Uber and Lyft right now, so I think those are places you need to go. They're at I don't know, they're at least 6-month lows, possibly 1-year lows, but they're definitely at 6 months lows. Those are places to go. All right, Twitter's another call for me. I think it's another great play. I want to thank you for watching Money Chat Now. And by the way, from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed on this show. The opinions discussed on this show are solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. Thanks for watching, and most importantly, make sure you like, share, and absolutely tune in tomorrow. Take care.